This World Cup hasn't been short of amazing moments, but Ivan Perisic's son consoling Neymar will certainly be one of the most wholesome. The Brazil star was in foods of tears after Marquinhos missed the vital penalty that sealed his team's fate. Neymar was understandably emotional following the loss, sitting on the ground and crying as his teammates consoled him. The Paris Saint-Germain superstar was in tears after five-time world champions Brazil were eliminated by Croatia in the quarterfinals. But he soon had a smile on his face again, as his opponent's son ran to give him a hug. Perisic had already comforted Neymar after Croatia secured their place in the semifinals by beating the Selecao on penalties, and his son, Leo, followed his example. The youngster entered the pitch after the final whistle and ran to where Neymar was stood with his other stunned teammates. At first Neymar had his back to him, but Leo then pats him on the shoulder to get his attention. Perisic's son then appears to give him some words of comfort, leading the pair to embrace in a wholesome exchange. Neymar ruffles Leo's hair before the youngster runs back off the pitch, and the Brazil star walks to join the rest of his team. The video was shared on Twitter, and fans loved the touching moment between the two. One tweeted, "So adorable," from both him and Neymar, who despite his sadness took the time to really acknowledge and appreciate his gesture. A second commented, "Neymar needed that. It's the lowest moment of his career despite that wonder goal." A third wrote, "Classy young fellow. Good of Neymar to greet him too." A fourth said, "Football is more beautiful with moments like this." Neymar had thought that he had done enough to get his side into the semifinals with his goal in the 106th minute. But Croatia managed to find a way back into the game as Bruno Petkovic's deflected strike flew past Alisson. The game was then decided on penalties, and Croatia, fresh off their last shootout win, were compassed and clinical, whereas Brazil were not. And talisman Neymar didn't even take a penalty. Neymar was selected as Brazil's fifth penalty taker, and did not even get the opportunity to take one, as Croatia won 4-2 on penalties. It's been an up-and-down tournament for the 30-year-old in Qatar. He also shed tears as he sat on the bench with an ankle injury against Serbia at the start of the event, forcing him to miss time. He did, though, score 2 goals for Brazil, before bowing out on Friday. Despite his overall massive success at the tourney over the years, Neymar hasn't brought home a World Cup championship for his country. But there's always hope in 2026.